Hi guys, before we get started on lesson 8.3, I just want to do a quick run through of some of the common problems that I noticed with lesson 8.2 here, and that was all about equal shares. Now the first page was mostly fairly well done, although for here a lot of people wrote 4 equal parts because they were looking at each individual's pizza. But actually we're looking at both pizzas together, so these were 8 equal parts. And same thing here, we should have had 4 equal parts as opposed to just 2 equal parts. But like I said, for the most part, this one was done quite well. The most common problem that I noticed kind of comes back to this problem here. Okay, so we had 2 different pans of lasagna and they were divided up in different ways. Okay, so one way had these long skinny pieces, another way had these little fat pieces. But remember, there are going to be many different ways of dividing up whatever item it is that we're looking at. So, for example, this one here, it says, draw lines to show how much each person gets. Write the answer. So for this one, we had 8 sisters sharing 3 brownies equally. 6 neighbors share 4 pies equally. Now, these are kind of difficult because, it's not just 8 and 8 or 6 and 6. We're sharing a smaller number of things between a larger number of people, okay? But some of you are kind of getting a little bit distracted and we're forgetting that the easiest way of doing that is dividing each item into the number of parts that it needs to get shared to. So I've got 8 sisters, sorry, there should be an S here. I've got 8 sisters and 3 brownies. Well, the easiest way to do that is to divide each brownie into 8 parts. So I'll do the same with this one. And remember, and these aren't going to be perfect drawings. I'm not using a ruler. I'm not using anything to measure it or keep these lines straight. So we're just pretending. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so each brownie I've divided into 8 parts for 8 different sisters. And now the easiest way to then look at that is to say each sister is going to have 1 of each piece of brownie. And so that's 1 sister there, the red shaded bits. And so the other part that people keep forgetting about was write the answer. So there are these blue lines here, but a lot of people didn't write anything in there. And so what I need you to write here is the name of the parts. So I divided my brownies up into 8s, and each sister is going to get 1, 2, 3 8s. Okay, now we'll look at the same problem, or we'll look at the same concept in question number 3, which was 6 neighbors and 4 pies. Well, of course, this would be easier if we had 6 pies, because then each neighbor would get a pie. But we know that this number is smaller than this number, and so not each neighbor is going to get a full pie. But the easiest way, and there are a few ways of doing it, the easiest way is just splitting each pie into equal 6s. And we'll see if I can do this properly. No. Well, you get the idea. We're going to pretend that my pie shapes are all equal. And I've got, oh, that's why I've got a problem. I've got 6 slices here, okay? We're going to pretend that they're all even. Whoa. We're going to pretend that my slices are even. Oh, that one's a little bit closer to even. But I'm going to divide up each pie into 6 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, pretend that I've actually done this properly and that they're divided up equally. Now I can go back and say, all right, each slice, there's one slice per neighbor on each of these pies. So neighbor 1 is going to get this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and this piece. And that means that one neighbor gets 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, I've divided into 6th size pieces. So 4 sixths. Okay? So again, when you've got a different number of people or and items that need to be split up, the easiest way is to just split it up into the number of people that that we need to share with. In that case, it makes it a little bit more obvious how much each person gets. And then like I said, the other problem that I noticed was that you guys weren't writing what the parts were called. Some of you would just write 3 pieces or 4 pieces, but remember, we have names for these pieces now, and you need to start using those correctly as well. So go back through your work, see if you can make any changes, see if you can understand why you had some circled responses. Once you fix that, then you can continue on to the next part of this video, which is going to be the next lesson, which is 8.3, unit fractions of a whole. So see you soon. All right, boys and girls, now that we kind of sorted through and fixed any of the problems that we had in lesson 8.2, we're moving on to lesson 8.3, unit fractions of a whole. And this unit starts off, or this lesson starts off with a couple definitions, and so lots of words, but let's not get too distracted by that. We'll see what they actually mean in just a moment. So, a fraction, and this is one of our vocabulary words for this unit, is a number that names part of a whole or part of a group. Okay? In a fraction, the top number tells how many equal parts are being counted. The bottom number tells how many equal parts are in the whole or in the group. A unit fraction names one equal part of a whole. It has 1 as its top number. So 1/6 here is a unit fraction. Well, all right. What does that actually mean? Let's go to unlock the problem to figure out what this actually means. So, Luke's family picked strawberries. They used them to make a strawberry pie. They cut it into 6 equal pieces. Luke ate 1 piece. What fraction of the strawberry pie did he eat? So I've got a pie here, and I see it's divided already into 6 pieces. So first, we're going to find part of a whole. So on this pie, which looks like this, shade 1 of the 6 equal parts. Well, I'm just going to shade 1 little slice here. And then you can read 1/6, but write 1/6. 1/6. So Luke ate 1/6 of the pie. Or we can use a fraction to find the whole. This shape, this blank box, is 1/4 of the whole. Here are examples of what the whole could look like. So we've got 4 of these, we've got 4 of these, and we've got 4 of these. So explain how you could make a whole if you know what 1 equal part looks like. Well, I can look at the bottom number and that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can fit 4 of these boxes into each of these. Well, so I can look at the bottom number here, I think, to find how many parts there are in the whole. Then I can draw that number of the equal parts to make the whole. All right? So, we're going to try that just now. So, look again at the examples at the bottom of page 315. So we're going to look back at this. Okay, so we've got 3 shapes that look like this with 4 little equal-sized boxes in each of them. So your job is to draw 2 other pictures of how the whole might look. Wow, and I can't copy these ones. Not exactly, at least, but I could draw one that looks like this. Now I need my 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, pardon the terrible lines, but I think that could work. What's another way? Well, there's one that kind of looks like this, but I can flip it around and kind of copy and do the same thing. Okay, I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. What's another way I could draw it? Okay, I can do it like this. I can do one that looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. That's another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. Or I could do one that looks like, what could I do here? Whoops, he's gonna run into my other shape because I didn't plan that out properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, these look like Tetris shapes. Has anyone played Tetris before? But anyway, I've got 4 equal-sized boxes in each of these. Okay, so these can all represent my whole. So let's move on to the share and show, and we're going to do these together, okay? So what fraction names the shaded part here? Well, 1 out of 3 equal parts is shaded. So 1 out of 1, 2, 3. Well, if I look back, how do I write that again? 1 of the 6 equal parts was 1 over 6. So in this case, 1 out of 3 equal parts should be 1 over 3, 1/3. Okay? Now it says, write the number of equal parts in the whole. Then write the fraction that names the shaded parts. All right, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. So 6 equal parts. And I've got 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to write 1 over 6, 1/6. This one, I've got how many equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 equal parts here, and I've shaded 1 out of all 8, so I would write 1 over 8. This one, I've got 1, 2, 3 equal parts, so 3 equal parts, and one of them is shaded, so I would write 1 over 3. I think you guys probably get the idea, so I'd like you to do this one and this one and this one on your own. And then you're moving to the full on your own. Now remember guys, please, please, please read the instructions. And if there's a blue line, that means that you need to write something there, okay? This one, you draw a picture of the whole. So 1/2 is this. What's 1 whole going to look like? 1/3 is this one box. Well, what is 1 whole going to look like? If this is 1/6, then how many more boxes do I need to get to a whole? All right, so that's something that you're going to need to think about and try on your own. And then, of course, you'll finish with the problem solving. Okay, so make sure that you're reading the questions, you're circling the important numbers, and you're figuring out for certain what it is that you're being asked to do. Okay, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Have your parents contact me. I'm happy to chat, happy to Zoom, whatever we need to do to make sure that you guys are totally good with this. All right? Great. Have a great day.